Hello, hello. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody is great. I see we're discussing Shijin's blanket techniques. Good to see, good to see. Welcome everybody to another episode of RPSunday. Hopefully today will be better than last week. And we won't see a character almost die. We'll see. A couple quick announcements. I am extremely sick, so my voice is messed up. So, sorry in advance. Second major announcement. The character commands are working. I think everybody's noticed that already. But basically, exclamation point and the character's name will give you a little backstory and all of their stats. Also, there's going to be another show. It's on the event panel down on the bottom. On Wednesday, I will be doing we do not have a YouTube command, but we do have a YouTube channel. Good point, Shijin. Every episode is being uploaded directly to YouTube about a couple days after it's aired, so you can catch up on everything you've missed there. Also, the show that's on Wednesday is going to be me discussing different elements of D&D from the DM's perspective. This Wednesday's topic will be about hags, and I'll be taking suggestions about what you guys want to talk about, whether it be character creation, dungeon creation, certain types of monsters, how best to use them, all that kind of stuff. And those will probably be weekly. They might be every other week. It kind of just depends. But the next one will be in a couple days. So, yeah. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and release the cast. Children, welcome.
Hello?
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 Goodness. And we are going to switch to the correct view.
Jay, make a note that Mac needs to make that a command.
Oh, no, I saw it. I made a note. I wrote it down. I appreciate it. Because I don't think about YouTube, because most people consider YouTube to be dead.
Yeah.
For varying reasons. Okie dokie. So, how's everybody's week? Was it
It's
good?
been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had my son's birthday
Confusing.
yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, yeah.
He 1 year old.
Oh, he's still a baby.
Yeah. He is still potato.
All right, well, as I said, welcome back. Last week, we left the confines of Hobloin. We took the advice of a note on one of the boards asking to visit Harold on the outside of the gates and help him regain the only thing he has, which is his house. You guys did meet up with Harold. You decided to help him. You went out into the forest, found his home with his help, and then proceeded to fight the bandits that had taken over it. Zot and Kat, thanks for the hosts. As you then proceeded to fight the bandits, do what you needed to do. I mean, everything went pretty smoothly. Nothing major happened. The gnome did manage to summon a unicorn.
Scary as hell, by the way.
She also managed to create herself as a blinding light and blind the characters around her.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And then she also managed to summon bubbles out of her mouth every time she spoke instead of speaking. Kyler did almost die. He was actually one saving throw away from death, but was brought back and is now good to go. You guys rested. You got some stuff from Harold, not anything crazy. Kat, I believe you got a really, really nice fox fur.
Yes.
Shijin got a couple furs. And Kyler, you got a hand-drawn map of where the keep is. The Red Ivy Keep that you guys are seeking. You then spent the night at Harold's house. Kyler had a dream.
I didn't know what you're talking about.
You've all woken up. And it is the next morning. You guys.
All right,
What
I'm
are
going
we
to pack
doing?
up my tent, and I'm going to head indoors and see what everyone's doing.
Okay.
I am stretching, and I'm going to take the blanket off of the bed and put it in my bag.
Okay. All
I
right.
need a new one. It burnt the other one.
Of course. So you guys, I mean, is anybody standing, like Vor, are you next to Kat or anybody?
I don't know the exact location, but I'm wherever I am. I'm
Okay.
just still sleeping. Just-
Okay.
Do I see where the old man is?
Yeah, he would have slept in what was his bed, so probably that yellow bed on the map.
The yellow what?
The yellow bed on the map.
Oh, okay.
And he's just
Is
kinda
he still
snoozing.
sleeping,
Yeah,
or
he's,
is he-
he's snoozing.
He's still sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he have, like, any books around that I can see?
Make an investigation check.
Okie dokie. Hold on, Pixel wants on my lap. Come here.
Pupper.
Upper Doge.
She's so needy. Okay. You said investigation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, actually, I mean, you do look, and you do find a couple books, but as you look at the books and stuff like that, they seem to just be like, one's like a farmer's almanac, you know. The other
So
one
nothing.
is like,
there wouldn't
yeah.
be anything like magical.
No, not at all. Not that you can see for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, I'm going to go out. I'm going to take a sweet roll. Does he have a sweet roll?
Probably not. I mean, he hasn't
No!
lived here, so unfortunately, he hasn't had time.
Fine. Then I don't take anything, and I just walk outside.
Okay. Tiny's
would like
day
to
starting
try.
off strong.
I would like to try something.
Okay.
What is this thing in front of me?
It's like a wooden paddock where you would keep like a horse. There's no animals in it right now, but it's where you would keep like a horse or
Okay, can I...
a donkey.
So there's nothing in there, though?
No, there's like a small little bundle of hay, and there's like a wooden trough that's empty right now, but it would be where water was kept for the animal.
And I don't see anybody else around here, right? No one else is around me?
I'm standing outside.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
Kyler
standing
is
outside?
outside. Yep.
Okay, but he's not, like, directly, like, staring at me? Are you directly staring at me? What are you doing?
I'm polishing my armor, cleaning my sword, and sharpening it.
he's getting ready for the day ahead. So I mean, you think that he's not really
Morning!
paying you. Yeah.
Okay, can I cast a cantrip right now?
Mm-hmm.
On like the pile of hay?
Sure, if you want to.
I want to use firebolt.
He's fixing his audio.
Okay, sorry.
Mhm.
I accidentally
That's okay.
unplugged my headphones.
Well done.
All right, so you cast firebolt onto the hay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do that. The fire swirls around in your hand. You can feel the magic coursing through you, and eventually it does go off from your hand onto the firebolt. Go ahead
Okay.
and roll that D100.
Okay. I was hoping it would just be that.
Okay, cool.
Oh man!
Oh.
You cast confusion centered on yourself.
Yes, you do. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Hey.
fuck.
Just to double check, does this make a noise when this happens?
The fire makes a noise for sure.
How loud of a noise?
You're still asleep. Make a
Yes.
perception check with disadvantage.
Ugh.
I'm inside as well, but I'm awake.
It's
Ooh.
loud enough for you to be woken from your sleep, but you don't really know what it is.
Okay, then I guess at that point I'll toss on my trousers and
Cat,
try to figure out what the fuck.
Yes.
you cannot take reactions, and you must roll a d10 at the start of each of your turns to determine what your behavior is going to be for that turn. This spell only lasts for about a minute, though.
Okay.
So basically what's happening is you're sitting inside this wooden fenced area, and you like don't know who you are for a second, and then you kind of figure that out, and then you're like, wait a minute, how did I get here though? And like you feel like you've woken up from a really bad dream, or like you're in a really bad dream. You just can't tell which one is which.
I'm gonna looking forward. I'm gonna be like, that was kind of loud. Let's go
Yeah.
check that out.
Okay, and out we go. I would like to note at this point I'm only wearing my leather pants.
So all three of you can go ahead and roll perception. Kyler with advantage because you were sitting outside when it happened.
Just sitting there watching music. Fucking. Just.
Damn, son.
Good thing I got that advantage.
God.
Thank God.
So
My lord.
Kyler and Stisk, you see Tiny standing inside that little animal paddock with a bale of hay on fire next to her. And you can tell that she's not really moving away from it or anything like that. She's just kind of standing there with this dazed look on her face. Like she's eaten too many sweet rolls is the look that she's got.
Hello?
Ta-
Hello?
ta-
Why
Hello?
is that on fire?
What? Who are you?
Tiny. Why are you playing
What?
with fire already?
Who are you? How do you know
Did
my
you-
name?
Did you hit her? Why is she like this?
Did I hit? I'm standing right here. How would I hit her?
You
Why
got your
would I
ways.
hit her?
Who are you guys? Why is that one so tall?
Which
Why is
one?
that one so shiny? I like tall one, I point to you. I point to Vor, obviously, and then shiny one, I point to Kyler.
is
not
the
on fire.
spreading to the is the fire spreading to the gates or
It's
no?
not. I mean, no. It was a small firebolt. She didn't like put all of her heart into it, so it's basically just that bale of hay is on fire. If you left it alone, it will eventually probably catch the wooden fence on fire.
All right. Let's get you away from that fire, and let's
Who
put
are-
that fire out.
Where are we?
You're next to fire. Let's
Who-
put that
who are
fire out
you?
and get you out of there. I think I'm gonna need some help with this.
I'm just
Or-
gonna.
I mean, at this point, you
Please
would have
pick her
noticed
up.
with them talking and
I-
everything else. Yeah.
I'd start
Right.
like realizing who they were.
No, not yet. It's probably been about 30 seconds. At this
Well,
point,
okay.
Vor, you would have like picked up what the fuck's kind of going on. Like you see the fire and you've heard them talking.
Yeah, so-
you know about it.
Gonna agree and going to walk over and be like, so I'm going to pick you up and we're gonna go inside and then we can figure out the confusion from there. But you probably should not stand next to fire. Agreed?
I mean, it's warm.
Yeah, but it's also fire.
Pick her up and continue your conversation away
Yeah,
from the
I'm
fire.
gonna pick you up and we're just gonna go inside to the dinner
Don't
table.
touch me. You ask permission first.
May I please pick you up to bring you inside to the table,
Away from the fire.
away
Is
from
there
the fire?
food inside?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, then I will gently pick up the gnome and go inside to the dinner table, and hopefully start trying to figure out what she remembers and what she doesn't remember.
Okay.
While they do that, I'm gonna get a bucket of water from the
The well,
and put the
yeah.
fire out.
Great. I mean, it's not a very big fire. It takes you a couple buckets of water, but eventually you do smother it out. While Stisk is kind of over there, like stomping on any little embers that escape into the grass around it and stuff like that. It's around this time, Tiny, that you do like come out of it, and all of a sudden your mind is completely back to the way it normally is. You remember everything. Everything's fresh in your mind. The only thing you don't remember is exactly what happened right after you used Firebolt.
Oh, hi, Vor.
Oh, hi.
Wait a second.
So,
Yeah, you remember
I was
being
ask-
outside. Uh-huh.
Wait, why am I inside?
That's a good question. Why were you outside originally?
I wanted to test something.
And can I ask what you tested? Because I woke up to explosion noise and fire.
Okay, so I did actually do that. Okay. Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
I just kind of wanted to see if it would work. So, I mean, is it on fire?
I
Was
mean,
something
we
on
put it
fire?
out, so yes, it was on fire.
Okay, perfect. It worked. Okay. I just have to figure out what happened between the fire and...
I mean, you were having memory issues. If that helps you figure out what was going on.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It took me a couple seconds to figure all that out.
Well,
as you can,
well,
I guess.
all that matters is that I remember myself, and I just wanted to test something, and I tested it, and
now you're back to normal, Tiny.
my my
Are
theory.
you ready to go? Because daylight doesn't stick around all day.
Wow, so rude.
I mean, technically, daylight does stick around all day. It just doesn't happen at night.
I mean, are we gonna tell the other guy? Are we gonna tell the old guy we're leaving?
I'm sure he'll be fine. He's not coming with us. We have a map.
I mean, okay, so we're just gonna leave him. We're going to save him. We are going to heroically save him from these bandits that stole his home, and then we're going to just leave him in his house and just disappear.
Yes,
I
that's what he
mean-
wants.
That's like,
What do you mean
it
that's
sounded
what
like
he
just
wants?
he just wanted his house back.
He just wanted his house back.
I'm not gonna get a reward or anything besides whatever's in his house. Like that's it.
Our
Like
reward
no.
was the map that we have to find exactly where the Red Ivy Keep is.
Oh. Okay.
Tradesman.
Okay.
It's not about a reward. We were helping an innocent man who lost his home to these thugs. who are now
Okay.
dead.
Fine.
Also,
Let's
I'm
go.
sure whatever the thugs had on them what's his face now has.
Okay,
your-
just
your
you
blanket.
just you just stop talking.
And while that's happening, I'm just gonna put on the rest of my clothes and grab my gear. Go outside.
I'm
Stasis
having
is
issues.
waving.
So you guys do eventually. I mean, you pack everything up, you leave, and you walk out into the forest. Do you guys go back to hobbling at all? Do you just follow the map straight out into the forest? Like,
Follow the map.
I'd like to have a discussion about where we're going, honestly.
Are we just gonna sit under a tree right now? Just talk about it. Have a little team meeting.
a wild
Would
dog
you
has
like to talk
appeared.
about
What
your
would you like to
fleet?
discuss?
I don't
Where
know.
are we
I'm just
going
asking
next?
because, like, I don't know where we're going. I'm just
I don't
following you
either.
guys.
That's true. You haven't shown us the map at all.
Nope.
You guys were there when he made it.
Oh wait, we have a map.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Harold basically
He made it
hand
in
drew
front
No,
a
of
I
us
map.
all.
no, I no no. I know that.
Okay.
I'm still in character.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're just gonna sit here?
Did
Like,
Shijin, you can roll acrobatics.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, we should probably check the map.
You do not make it. You
Ah.
guys also notice Shijin randomly throwing a piece of rope onto the roof of this house with a loud, like, metallic thud.
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Staring at you and wondering why you're throwing shit on that guy's house.
I'm gonna just slowly start coiling the rope back up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be walking away.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna stay there and watch to see what was at the end of that rope.
Okay. Eventually, he does pull it off, and you hear, like, a heavy metal thud hit the ground.
All right. Do I see what it is?
I
I
pick it up
mean-
quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. He was on the other side of the house.
Oh, he was on
Um,
the other side of that.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
never mind.
All right, so you guys are just walking into the forest
Following
and
the
following
map,
the map.
yep.
Okay.
I mean, are we gonna like? We're not even gonna like. We're just following the map. Are we not gonna
I'd-
talk about this?
I'd
Like,
like
are
to
we
talk
just gonna?
about it, see where we're going. Because personally, I'm not a big fan of just headed right towards the mountains, considering, again, nobody here knows where we're going.
I
The
mean,
map
we've
is
got
just
a
showing
map
us.
now.
Right, but where?
I mean,
And-
we,
The Red Ivy Keep, which is where we wanted to go.
Okay, where is that?
So,
pointed to it on the map.
This is not the map he drew you. His is just like a little hand-drawn thing showing you where the road is and like to cross the river and stuff like that. But basically, he's pointed out a section of these mountains right here.
I mean,
Where?
shouldn't
Oh,
we?
okay.
Oh, there, okay.
Shouldn't we compare to an actual map where this would be? See if there's any roads, maybe.
Do any of you have an actual map?
I don't.
Nope.
Yep,
What do you mean? Yep. You have a map?
I've got 3.
What?
Jesus, man.
Since when?
Since
Wait.
I bought them?
Map? Where did
You
you
have a
buy
map?
them?
Yeah.
I bought
Even-
them
Even the DM
Before-
wants to know.
when everything got set up. The stuff I was just buying. When you told us to buy stuff with gold, that was one of those.
Okay. Well,
Wait.
based on your backstory, anyways, you would have a map of Valenesca.
Yep.
Your maps of Alexandria are not very well done, and in fact, they really only have like key points of interest on them, like the capital city and Crossrun and stuff like that.
So I'd know on this map where we would be heading.
I mean, you would know on this. Basically, this is your map of Valenesca. So you would know, like, it would line up as far as the end goal in these mountains.
Yep. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
All right. So, how do you guys plan on going to those mountains? Do you guys just want to cut through towns? Do you guys just want to go through the wilderness, or?
We follow the map.
Correct. And we're gonna go through towns, and we're gonna cut through the wilderness, or?
I mean, we should probably stay in civilization as long as we can. That way we're good on
agree.
supplies and everything.
Okay. So,
I
what town are we gonna go to next?
The next town on the map.
Would that be Ansem or Riverrun?
I mean,
I
there's
don't
also
know,
River
the next
Gate.
town on the map, Mr. DM. Because I'm assuming he didn't waste his time drawing a bunch of stuff that we didn't need to know.
No, I mean, so really, honestly, like, let's switch you over to Alexandria. So you guys, I wish
Oh, yeah.
Roll20 wouldn't auto zoom you. Anyways, so
No, Rivergate,
you
okay.
guys are here, like in these forests, basically on the outskirt edge of this forest.
Okay.
You know for a fact you're gonna have to walk through this forest and get to Rivergate because there is no crossing this river. This river is huge, like twice the size of the Mississippi. And it's not like none of you are boatsmen or anything like that. Like you would have to hire a sailor to get across, or you need to cross at the Rivergate. The three of you that come from the Valenescan side of things would have crossed the bridge of the Rivergate to get over here in the first place. So that's not unheard of to you. So that's really like your first major place that you would have to go. And now we're going to switch you back to the other map.
So Rivergate. All right. So
And then once
seeing as
you
how we're
get
gonna have to head
to-
towards, the Rivergate, would we know how long that trip would take?
You assume it's probably going to take you maybe a good full day, like a full day and night. That's worth of travel. So really 2 days because you're going to camp out at night to like get to the front of the gate and through and onto the other side. And then, once you get there, the only major town or anything is going to be Riverrun according to the map. That's within
Alright, so-
a decent distance.
Are you guys prepared for this? Do you guys have everything you need for this, or do you need to go to town and buy anything?
Nope, I've never been to the other side of the bridge.
You have.
No, I haven't.
You've been from Delft. You're from Delft.
I'm confused then. Where the fuck are we at then?
You're
Oh my god.
I
you're-
legit am like looking at this map and you keep switching it.
there's a-
It's confusing the shit out of me.
Well, I was doing that to explain it to everybody else. Right now, you are on this map in Alexandria.
Uh-huh.
You are right here.
Okay, so I'm not in Delft. Okay, that's
No,
what
no,
I
no,
was.
yeah.
Or not in Delft, but I'm like not in the same areas. Okay,
No.
well, that's
So you would have
fucking
crossed the
confusing.
gate at one point in time to even ever have come to Hobloin on your own travels. So
fucking
basically, you're crossing the gate
laptop
back
fucking
again. Well,
Zooming fucking shit. Fucking fuck. Okay.
okay.
All right. Have
Anyways.
any
I
of you
got it now. I got it.
have any of you crossed this Rivergate before?
Yes.
Do you know how to get across it?
Yes, you just walk across it.
That's all we gotta do. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
You
we don't
just-
have to. We don't
Ha-
have to sneak or fucking swim underneath the bridge, and like somebody I'm imagining does.
You don't know what I do.
I mean, I'm just
Stop
saying.
laughing at this.
What are you gonna do?
This
Are
is
you gonna
great.
like? Oh wait, no. I'm sorry. You don't. You probably don't do that. Instead, you probably throw ropes with random shit on top of them over bridges.
Weren't you speaking bubbles yesterday?
Yes, I was speaking bubbles, pink bubbles.
They were pink. Yep.
In all honesty, he would probably just throw a blanket on the bridge.
I'm laughing. That's all I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
just on the ground at this point, just
It's-
laughing because I can't stand.
That's all I'm doing too. So, you guys wander into the forest, not holding back to make sure you go into town or anything like that. You do know that there is an actual road in the forest that leads from the Rivergate to Hobloin. So, you eventually pack your stuff up, make your way out, following Harold's little hand-drawn map, out onto the road. It takes you a while to get out there. Everybody roll a d12.
Can I take note that I'm on Vor's shoulders?
Sure. If
Okay.
he's willing to pick you up.
Yeah, that's a very accepted mode of transportation at this point. Oh man,
Look at us go!
man, we.
I fear for our future roles terribly.
I do as well.
If only the height of the number mattered for this roll.
No, well, okay.
All right, so your day continues pretty commonly. It's nice outside. It is summer. Birds are chirping quite clearly. Like shafts of light and stuff are coming through the trees and warming you guys up on your walk. Eventually, about half of the day through, you guys get to this like little cross-roaded section.
Mm-hmm.
And off in the distance, Shijin and Vor roll a perception check.
Ah, fuck. Man, if only I'd had advantage.
Hey. You guys can hear like soft thuds in the distance and like these weird like kind of growling sounds. It's kind of hard to tell where they're coming from at this point.
I'm gonna nudge Vor and Kyler. Be like,
Uh-huh.
"Do you guys hear that?"
Kyler, roll
Yeah.
perception. Now that you've been alerted. Okay. Man, y'all are perceptive as shit.
Right?
So again, you can hear like these soft thuds and stuff as well, and this kind of like weird growling sound, but it's also hard for you to tell how far away it is from you, like, how many hundreds of feet or whatever. You can tell that it is coming from the north of the road, though.
I guess at this point I'll bump Tiny and be like, hey, do you
Huh.
hear anything?
What?
Do
What?
you hear anything?
I hear birds.
It's probably just some sounds of
Why?
wilderness, like I don't know
I-
what lives in the woods. A
Why
bear.
would
Wait.
What do you
The
hear?
wilderness growls at you?
I heard
Wait, there's
thumping
growling?
in the
growling.
woods growl.
there's growling?
Yes.
Where?
That's
Roll
why I was
perception.
asking.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
It's
Tiny.
not that important. It's probably far away. Let's go.
Oh boy.
You don't
I
even
just
hear
hear
it.
birds.
Yeah. That's all you hear.
Is this what? Guys, birds are chirping, not
I'm
growling.
just gonna keep walking.
You're just going to keep
I'm
walking?
gonna try and
Um,
climb a tree. I'm gonna say, guys, wait 1 minute. I'm gonna see if I can climb
I'm
a
not.
tree.
Here we go again.
Acrobatics.
While he's doing that, I'd like to look around, see if there's any cover.
What do you
I
see,
mean,
Vor?
But I
Cover
don't see
wise,
anything,
there's
that's
like
the problem.
you could hide behind a tree or something like that. There's not any like man-made walls or anything. Yeah, you climb up to the top of the tree pretty well. Go ahead and roll another perception check.
Keep losing it. Where is it? There it is.
Hey,
Hey, so you take a second. You're up in the top of the trees, and you listen, and everything goes quiet for a little while. And then you can tell that about another 150 feet or so, you can hear like growling sounds, but they're not like, they seem more humanoid in nature, like something fighting something. And then you hear this like weird, it almost sounds like a hooting sound, but it's way deeper and louder than you've ever heard before. And it's coming from about 150 feet north into the forest from you.
yes.
No,
Uh,
not you, Vor. Not you. Speak.
I'm gonna look down at the people. I'm gonna say it's coming from north, and it sounds like there's a skirmish going on.
What do you mean?
I can't really make out what's going on, but something is hooting.
It's probably the mating season.
So you're saying that there's a skirmish of birds chirping? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I am. Big birds fighting enough to make thuds that we can hear from this distance.
Oh,
What?
man.
I mean,
It's
At this point,
probably some sort
wait.
of mating season ritual. Let's
How
go.
far-
Wasting
how far-
daylight.
Wait, how far ahead?
but I want to know what
They're
it
off
is.
the road, right?
I mean, yeah, it's
Fri-
about 150 feet off the road, like up to the north of the road.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to go check it out?
No, it's a waste
What
of
is
our
this-
time.
What's the noise that they're making?
It's a deep hooting noise. I can't really describe it.
And
You
growling.
just did.
There was apparently growling too. I heard growling.
Gotta love Kyler's.
And there's an odd thumping noise that sounds like they're fighting.
You said wait, okay,
Or
a loud. You said a loud
mating.
hooting noise, right? Like hooting,
Hooting
like
noise, yep.
whoop.
It is
like
also
whoop.
different than the thudding noise, as in there's a thudding noise
I'm
and
not
a and a
asking
hooting
about the
noise.
thudding. I'm asking about the hooting noise. Does it sound like that? Like
It's
hoot hoot? It's like hoot hoot.
Yeah, but
It's
deeper.
more like the
Go
second
deeper.
one, yeah.
Can I use minor illusion to like deepen my voice and
Yeah, yeah.
make like a hoot hoot noise?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Which
I'm
you
like
do.
standing up on Vor's shoulder when I do this,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, and I want to like shout it like.
Okay, yeah. And so you do that. You get up on Vor's shoulder and you like cast minor illusion on your boards. Yep, there you go. And you do something like that. Just go ahead and roll another perception check. Okay, as she did that, the forest got immediately quiet.
Well, shit.
Even the like fighting that you heard beforehand. And then as it continues to get quieter and quiet, you hear that same hooting noise kind of like almost in response to her, and then it becomes way more aggressive as it's fighting. You assume fighting whatever it's fighting.
You did it so well. It's coming towards us now. Kyler, get ready.
Wait, it's coming towards us. Like where? Like, do I do it? I'll do it again. Hoot hoot.
Oh no.
I do it again.
Why did I get stuck
Like-
with these people?
Hey, you're the
I'm
one
gonna
that
get
said
on
What-
the
yes.
what
other
about now,
side of the
Sticks?
tree
What
of
about
the
now,
noise.
Sticks?
Roll another perception check.
So I do it again. Okay, I do it again. I do it for a second time.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Why are you testing me like this?
22. Sweet.
Do you want me to roll any knowledge checks or?
No, that one's fine.
Okay.
At that one, Plummet
Oh,
knows what's
no.
up. At that one, you're like listening for a second, and then all of a sudden you see a tree in the distance fall, and you hear crashing as something comes barreling towards you.
You need to
guys.
stop doing that real quick. You need to stop doing that now.
Wait,
You
what?
just
The noise?
made the mating
Is it
call.
working?
Whoever's doing that.
Yeah, whatever's doing that just knocked a tree over on its own.
I mean, it was a small tree. It was like it wasn't very
Nope,
large.
I encountered that. Nope,
Okay.
nope.
I'm just letting you know.
Had to go interrupt the creatures while they were mating with their mating call.
Look, I just wanted to see if I could replicate the noise, and I did. And look, it worked. Just
really
not
well.
in the way
She does have a point. It
we
worked.
intended.
It super
We need
worked.
to
It's
not
so-
be here.
Wait, so like they're like
That
Coming
sounds like what I
towards
suggested.
us
What,
now?
4 minutes ago?
It hasn't been 4 minutes.
I continue walking down the road.
As
I'm
you
more
continue
I'm just
walking
gonna-
down the road,
Vor. I'm like tugging Vor on there. Vor, we
Yeah,
should
yeah,
probably
yeah.
follow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run after.
Yeah,
I'm
just
just gonna run after.
yeah.
I
Let's
want-
follow him.
ignore this.
Let's
I
yeah.
went down
let's
from the
just-
tree.
Don't ignore that.
Okay, so as
Um,
we're walking,
Mhm.
as we're following Kyler, Vor and I are following, and Sticks is up in a tree.
Oh
I
no.
do a really high pitched like volume hoot hoot.
Great. Okay. Let's just go ahead and do this real quick.
Oh boy.
And everybody add your health to your little character, and then
Shit.
roll for initiative.
Oh man.
I don't know why you're acting surprised about that.
I just thought they
They're
were
all
gonna be
20.
friendly. I thought they were gonna be friendly, okay? I thought they were gonna be
No, yeah.
friendly.
Just like
I think
every encounter you've ever gotten in.
Totally,
Not a 20.
totally
Hey.
avoidable conflict.
You know what? Sorry, okay?
Listen, you guys need the experience as far as I'm concerned.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, 300 experience because that's what we need to get to level 2.
No
You're
metagaming.
in level 2, and I milestone level, and you know that. So
This is where Vor's at? Okay, I'm like right on top of Vor.
yes.
Mhm.
Wait, hold on. Are we going with actual north or is Kyler in front?
Yeah, you guys can put yourself anywhere in the space you want to put yourself.
Which way does the road go? Like
Which
left or
way-
right?
So
'Cause
the road
place
is
we're going is over here, right?
yes. So the road is right off screen, basically.
To the
Why are
left
we
or,
off the
or
road?
north?
You guys like walked into this little pathway as you were investigating.
Hell no,
everything.
I did.
Okay, I mean, so that's fine. You can be down here.
I
So
mean,
that's where the road is. Okay.
I
Yeah.
also sprinted off towards him, so we'll say
So
like
we
right
would be right
there,
here.
Probably.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
probably like right
okay.
there. Oops. As you continue to hoot at whatever you think it is. Hold on.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Could you please stop living up to your name right now?
I can't help that I'm short.
I
Not
don't
that. Your last
understand.
name.
I can't help that I'm short.
Your last name.
As
Look, okay. There's a long story
Look.
behind that. Okay, and I don't
Sure,
really
resort.
don't
just
really
like you.
feel like getting into it, okay? And I don't appreciate you guys,
I'm saying you're
Using
causing
my-
trouble. What is that?
I'm not. Oh, look.
Oh, hey.
as you guys continue and somebody continues to hoot at everything,
Oh God.
this comes
What is
busting
that?
out
What is
of
that?
the forest over there and makes it about to there. This is what you all see. Oop, not that.
This gonna be fun.
Owl bear.
This is gonna be real fun.
Hey. That comes bursting out into the forest in front of you all. It's like dead charging the noise that it hears coming from Tiny.
Uh-oh.
Behind
Well,
it,
shit.
everybody roll perception. I'll give you a free perception roll.
Fuck.
Well,
Hoot hoot.
Oh, 2 20s in a row!
Hoot hoot.
Okay, so everybody but Stisk for some reason.
Hiding behind a tree. That's why.
No, you're in a tree still, right?
Yeah, hiding behind it.
Notice
Oh, you're not
I'm-
in it
I'm putting-
anymore?
I'm putting the tree between the line of where the sound came from, so like I'm hiding up in the tree behind the tree.
God, typical.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
Notice as
boy.
these guys run out after him, sticks in their hand, like little short swords and stuff in their hand. Clearly, it seems to be that these guys were what this owlbear was fighting.
What are they?
They're
Can you zoom in? Like,
insight.
They're goblins.
They're goblins.
oh,
So wait,
I don't
it-
even need to insight.
No, I
I
mean,
just-
not
this
really. They're
thing
goblins.
isn't- So, since I rolled a 21 on my perception,
Uh-huh.
could I tell if the owlbear was charging like angrily towards Cat's noise or like in
It's-
fear?
It's real hard to tell because you've never seen an
even with
owlbear before.
Like, is it
Oh.
limping?
No,
Or is it-
it's hard charging.
And I wouldn't know anything either because I don't think I've seen one of them, right?
No, I mean
wouldn't have
maybe in a
studied them or
book
anything.
you can roll history, but like you
Okay, I'm gonna roll
yeah,
history
roll a history check.
from like what I've actually read.
Okay, you've maybe seen a couple pictures of them. You know that they're not natural, but that's about it.
Ooh, can I roll history?
Yeah.
Look at me go!
Oh my god. What?
We're gonna
What
die in
is
combat
today?
so horribly.
Oh my god. Today is Dullahan
God.
I
fucking
know,
rolls all the
I
20s.
hate it. Dullahan, stop it. You're supposed to be horrible.
in before saving throws.
Right?
You're gonna make
Or
all
with
of these
every
and
combat.
do horribly with everything else.
It's gonna be great because you're gonna like go to swing your sword and you're just gonna throw it at them.
Okay, so let me just add their turns real quick.
And just to check, my level 2 thing was I can disengage, stealth, and what else for error free action?
Disengage, hide, or dash.
Disengage, hide, or dash. Thank you.
Sweet. So this is...
Oh, well, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah. Wait, so are the goblins? You said that they're holding like spears, right?
Yeah, they're like a couple of them have
So they're-
short swords.
so-
One has a crossbow in his
so-
hand.
We can pretty much assume they were trying to poach it.
Potentially, yeah.
Or,
I
like,
mean,
kill it? Okay.
whatever your character would naturally come up with is what they were doing. They were definitely doing some
Playtime.
kind of fighting.
4! Those goblins are
yeah.
hurting that poor owlbear.
I
That thing.
Yeah.
mean, no,
Oh god.
no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And...
Don't do that.
Hoot hoot!
Oh man, I
We
keep
will save
forgetting
you.
which screen I'm on. Yeah.
Well, this is how I die.
You
Tyler,
should just.
what are you
just-
doing?
So what did my history roll get me?
Oh, your history roll got you the fact that it is an owlbear. You know that they're... Hold on. You know that they're like monsters. They're not like natural beings, but they've been on the planet for so long that they're basically a part of nature at this point. You know that they're naturally around Alexandria and that they're usually hunted for their... It's like a trophy hunt. You would have seen them on the walls of pretty much all 5 houses. You know that they can be pretty fierce, to be honest. There's a reason that they're trophy kills.
Okay. In that case,
Damn it.
I'll go. Hold on. Where's my gear? Put myself right here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right there.
No, Lord.
And pull up my glaive and get ready to run it through if it's gonna, maul me.
Right.
If it's gonna run past me non-aggressively, then I'll let it pass and stare at the goblins.
Okay.
That's my
Well-
turn.
All right.
How do I check the range in my short bow?
Short bow is... I believe it's 60 or 120. Hold on. I can check right now. Short bow is 80.
Ha!
Or yeah, so it's 320 feet. You have to be 80 feet away to not have disadvantage.
Okay. I am 80 feet away. Perfect.
Mauled to death by an owlbear. Well, if somebody hadn't,
Hoot
kept
hoot!
hooting.
Hoot hoot.
Yeah, so that's your turn. Stisk, your turn.
I am going to shoot the owlbear.
No.
No!
Okay.
This is.
Oh, man.
I don't see
This is
anything
gonna
else.
happen.
I just saw the owlbear
Oh,
come
that's
out.
true. He does only see the owlbear.
Yep.
Shit.
That hits.
Oh well.
Nat 20.
Oh, it's not
That's
a
not
nat 20.
natural.
Oh, it's a. Yeah,
It's
okay.
a
Oh, sorry.
14. Yeah. 6 points. Okay. Let me get on the right.
I scream at him.
there.
I scream at
Not your turn.
You fucking asshole!
She's next. So I mean.
Doesn't mean that's my turn. I can still shout at you.
Yeah, so you guys watch as an arrow kind of like flies through the trees and pierces the owlbear in the shoulder as it's charging towards. Doesn't really
Okay,
look
I'm-
like it's breaking any of its concentration.
I'm going to hide. So do we need to roll for anything for that?
Nope.
Or...
Actually, yes, you do.
Alright,
You need to roll
I'm-
stealth, I lied.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I hope you roll a 1.
Sorry, guys, my sickness is catching up.
Ha!
Damn it.
Yeah, so you... I mean, as far as you're concerned, you fucking just disappeared into thin air.
Thin tree.
Yeah. So, Stisk You guys didn't even see where the arrow came from, and you have no idea where he is. Tiny, it's your turn.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
How far can Boar throw me?
Oh no.
Fastball special, baby.
Oh no.
Not would it not be enough to reach the owlbear?
You don't know
Or would
that.
it be a little-
I
I know I'm asking.
probably not, to be honest. Also, he would have to do it on. He would have to do it on
Real
his
quick.
turn. I
Let
mean,
me check something.
you're 3-4, and though he's got some serious strength, throwing something that's probably about 60 to 80 pounds, 50 feet is a. I mean, you're not a shock
I mean,
put.
he's a dragonborn. I
Well,
mean,
real
he's
question.
a dragonborn.
Does Vor practice the caber toss in his spare time?
Also, he would have to do it on his turn, so you could like
Ooh.
prepare him and like, hey, I need you to do this while you prepare a spell or something like that. But he would have to do it on his turn.
Okay.
So,
Let me see here.
just for reference on weight, Tiny, you weigh what? 37 pounds.
Yes, 37.5.
Oh,
You
well,
weigh over double the amount of an Olympic shot put ball.
Oh.
And that's
Yeah.
the men's. Those are 16
Good
pounds.
appropriation.
So, and those go. Let me go look at the average distance.
I mean, it's not very far.
Okay.
The record
Okay.
shot put throw is 23 meters.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Okay.
potentially, maybe. Who knows?
I'd have to roll a godly strength check.
I have this idea. Boar, I
Yeah.
have this idea. Okay, can you
Okay.
trust me?
I mean, you.
Can
Sure.
you trust me to throw me?
Yes. I sure.
Okay. What if I tell you to throw me at the owlbear?
Oh god.
Not directly, but like so I can get on top of it.
Oh.
Are you that confident in your skills?
I'm a warlock,
don't
not
know.
a warrior, so I don't exactly have an arm, but sure, I can attempt.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
Yes, you will. Okay.
Okay,
and-
I read this in a book. It was about like how to break a horse in, okay? It was in one of the libraries, okay? I was really bored one time during lunch. It's a really long story. So basically what happens is in order to break the horse, people would have to constantly get on it and try to ride it, okay? To try to break its spirit, correct?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is I got a blanket. If you throw me on top of this owlbear, I'll put this blanket over its head and I'll try to break it, okay?
Oh my god.
I feel like this is gonna be a good idea.
You've never ridden a horse, have you?
I read it in a book, okay?
Uh,
It was pretty.
She's
It was
ridden you.
pretty. It was pretty detailed. Wait, how could you hear me?
You're not. You can't. Kyler,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Can you? Do
Or
you
it's
think you can
whether-
get us closer?
You
I-
think she'll die if you do it?
I
It's up to
can. I can attempt.
I mean, I'm not I'm not a horse tamer or anything like that. But like the books that I read, they're pretty detailed, and I'm
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm pretty knowledgeable,
Yeah.
and so I think this could work. And I'm pretty tiny too, so I mean,
Hey man, you never know. You just got to go for it.
Yeah.
so yeah, as in like, do you think you can get us closer enough for you to like throw me on top of it?
More like, yeah, I don't have enough intelligence for this to sound like a bad idea.
Okay, we'll do it. You just need to make sure you can get me close enough
Okay.
to throw me on
All
top of
right,
that
hold on.
owlbear, okay?
Pause. So when he throws you, what
Mhm.
do you plan on doing?
I want to take my blanket that I have and I want to put it over the owlbear's face, kind of like wrap its head
Okay.
around it,
All right.
and then hold it,
so you're
like
holding
wings
action.
almost.
You're holding action to do that when
strength,
he throws
yeah.
you. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. That's your turn.
Does it? Wait. So wait. So my action. I already did my action.
I mean, that's you're holding your
To
action, waiting to be thrown.
Okay. Okay. That would be so bad.
Let me just.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh no.
As he's running past you, Kyler, he seems to be set. Like his eyes are like focused on something in what seems to be to you in the distance. He doesn't go for you. He doesn't make a swipe for you or anything like that. He just
All right,
keeps
good riddance.
going. Yep.
Oh boy.
It's your problem now. I'll yell out.
Okay. So he's going to.
And what'd you say the Olympic record was for meters again?
3 meters, 23.
75 feet.
75 feet. That's actually not bad.
You
I
guys
Googled who
watch
was
as the
strong.
goblin with the goblin with the crossbow in his hand kind of runs forward, looks at everybody around, kind of freaks out for a second, and then just turns and shoots,
Would I see them at this point, or
getting a natural 1. Kind
Good
of
old
like
goblins.
fumbling and shooting it directly into the ground in front of him. It's his turn. Vor, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm not too smart. So all I see is an owlbear charging at me, correct?
Mm-hmm. And then you got the instruction from Tiny to throw you to the owlbear, or to throw her to the owlbear.
Fort's coming at us.
I'm just going to very loudly apologize,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to. If I were to throw, would it be a strength or
It's
an
strength.
athletics check? Strength check?
Uh,
Okay.
Whichever's higher. It should be the same. But if
For
you're
me, it
proficient in
should be the same.
athletics, then use athletics.
No, it's
Well,
the
then,
same
yeah,
for
just
both,
make
so
a
let's do
strength check.
fingers crossed?
So she's double.
Uh-huh. No, just roll it.
Well, I'm thinking direction, like where am I trying to throw her?
Directly at the owlbear's face.
Not like directly at it. Well, not directly at its face. Like kind of like a little bit over it. Like
Like on it.
yeah, like on it. Like
Uh-huh.
not directly at its
Right.
face.
That. Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna close my eyes. I'm not gonna look at
Oh,
the
no.
chat. No, I'm just gonna.
I'm so scared.
Hey.
I don't know what I
You-
rolled. What I rolled. What did I do?
You
Oh.
You rolled the number.
pick her up. You like get her on so she's like fitting onto one hand. She's like crouched
Oh,
down,
boy.
like ready to go. She's like, got her blanket out and everything like that. You like lean back and crouch down and look super good or whatever, and you toss with all your might as hard as you can.
I swear.
Tiny,
to God, if this-
roll
I
a
really-
acrobatics check.
Oh my lord, this is gonna be so bad because I've got no
Yeah.
acrobatics.
Na-na-na.
I don't either.
Oh,
Can't even save it.
yes!
You get to here.
Oh,
That's it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
5.
I meant one more. You get to there,
That's it.
but when you land, you face plant hard.
Oh no.
Like he didn't
Oh, boy.
he didn't lob you in the air. Like the way he threw you, because he's never done it before or anything like that. He basically like football dived you into the ground. So you just come like skidding across the ground into Kyler's feet.
You just spiked Tiny.
Yeah, you
I did
100% were spiked into the ground.
Oh my god.
And that's your turn. So
Oh, boy.
yeah.
I'm not gonna look back, but I'll be like, Tiny, is that you?
I mean, yeah, you've got like for some reason there's this like cloud of dirt and like grass and shit just like went all around your legs and stuff.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Well,
What? Move away. That's fine.
man, this is a thing.
Sorry, I forgot I had my mic on.
Oh, you're good. And Kyler, your turn. As you see these goblins kind of running towards you.
I charge this one.
Okie dokie. Jesus. Yeah, you hit.
Look at me. No.
I don't know where. Oh my God. You guys
Jesus.
watch as Kyler runs forward. His glaive in his hand, like the sun glistening off of his armor, like the flag that's on his glaive, like filtering in the wind as he like brings his glaive down through the air. And you watch as he cleaves this goblin completely in two.
Jesus almighty.
And it falls to the floor.
I mean, I don't see it. My face is in the dirt.
You do not. No.
So in 5th, I can still move again after attacking, right?
As long as you have movement left, yes.
Yeah. So I've only moved 15 feet.
So you could move back or wherever.
And I stand over Tiny, protecting her from the goblins.
Make an acrobatics check.
No, I'm not like on the square. I'm like between
Okay.
them.
All right. Yeah.
I'm not risking stepping on her. I know I'm clumsy.
At least he's being smart about it.
Stisk, your turn.
Same plan.
You can see the goblins now. They're definitely out in the clearing.
Still shooting at the owlbear because I'm pretty sure I just saw that tremendous punt.
You are such an asshole.
That misses completely.
Alright. Hiding again.
Yep. You're
God damn it.
still pretty hidden. Tiny, it's your turn. You have to spend half of your movement standing up. But other than that, you can do whatever you want to do.
Jump on it.
Jump on it! Jump on it!
Can I?
You can try, sure.
I'm
You
gonna
can
have to roll.
certainly try.
I'm gonna have to roll or not. Wait. Okay. If I jump, I can't use like a cantrip, right?
If the cantrip is a bonus action, then you can still use it.
Wait, that's confusing.
So there's action and then there's bonus action. You're going to use
Oh,
your
okay.
action
So
to
it's an
jump
action.
on
So
it.
it's an.
But
So I only have one action. Okay,
Right,
so I
and-
can't. So jumping would be the action.
Right, but you could cast a cantrip if the casting time for the cantrip says bonus action.
If it says casting time, because it just says one action.
So then that's an action to cast. You wouldn't be able to use it.
Okay. Fuck. Yeah, why not? I want to try to jump on it.
All right.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics or athletics, whichever is higher.
Acrobatics.
Hey.
Oh!
You like stand up. You're kind of shaky. You don't really know what's going on, and you go to you go to
Of course I know
jump at it.
what's going on.
You go to jump at it like you're new enthusiasm or whatever. And as you go to jump at it, like you jump a couple inches into the air, and it like rears back and like stands up on its hind legs like a bear would, and kind of
Uh-oh.
looks at you like you're stupid. Like it's got this weird look on its face, like what the fuck is wrong with this thing?
So it's legit. It's stopped. So it's not running anymore.
No, it's
stopped.
not running. It's like at this point, it's like Yep.
So it's literally stopped and given its attention to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I-
Or I want to clarify.
No, yeah, it's not running or anything. It's stopped as you went to go jump at it. It like reared up and now it's on its back. Two hind legs.
I take my blanket and I wrap it around me.
Uh-huh.
My failure.
Sure.
And it's the owlbear's turn.
Uh-oh.
This gonna be good.
So it Oh yeah, what's your armor class? Tiny?
13.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this gonna be fun.
So you hear it kind of like rear back. It's like confused at you. You hear like a deep hoot come out of its beak. As you look at its chest, you can see all of its feathers are coated with this like thick blackish red blood that you can only assume is probably from other goblins. as it swipes at you with the lowest fucking damage roll I have ever done.
Woo!
Hey, that's a good thing.
I mean, yeah, it takes 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And that will end his turn. This goblin's turn.
Why isn't it letting me change it?
Gotta do the minus.
It shoots again. Yeah, just minus whatever the number and then hit enter. And it should change
It's
it.
not letting me do it. Mm-mm. I don't know
So,
why it's not letting me do
what
it.
is your health?
4. It's not letting me do it.
Why are you at 8? Shouldn't you be at like 11?
What? I said I'm at 11. It's not letting me change my health.
Well, that's why I was
At all.
asking, because right now in your little bubble it says 8.
Oh, because see, in mine it says 11 still.
So, it should say 4 now.
Mm-mm, I don't see it.
Like, click off your character and then click back on it.
Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Okay, so that happened. This goblin turns around again and shoots at you, Dullahan, the arrow glancing off of your plate armor and kind of falling to the ground. It hit you hard, like you felt the impact, it just didn't break into the armor. Vorag, your turn.
After seeing that far from glorious display, I'm going to I'm just gonna guiding bolt one of those no's. Just no. We're gonna say specifically this one.
I love how there's a
One thing again?
ginormous owlbear standing up in front of me, and you're like,
You
I'm
just-
gonna shoot the goblin.
Yeah.
Well, you yelled at me for shooting
He
at it.
wanted to help the owlbear.
You ping just by holding down the left mouse button with the pointer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then no one hit that one.
Okay. Yeah, that hits for sure.
Yeah, there we go. Wow, that's upsetting.
Interesting.
3 ones.
You guys watch as a bolt of what seems to be like white hot energy shoots from Vorag's hand. Something that you've never really seen before. As it hits this goblin, you hear the goblin just scream in agony and then fall to the floor. You assume dead.
What type of light shot out of his hand?
It was like white hot. You've seen something like it before. You can't really put your finger on it though. Actually. Yep.
Sweet.
Wait, what was that?
The goblin ran away.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, well,
Kyler, it's
bye.
your turn.
Well, seeing as the owlbear just tried to kill Tiny, I'm gonna stab it.
Uh-huh.
Ah, shit.
Oh, you guys are so mean!
It
I
just
didn't
tried to
touch
kill you!
Let me live my dream!
Oh. Roll a d20.
And so it begins.
Off.
Oh man. All right, so your glaive like goes to the air. You're kind of like freaking out. You're not really standing in front of it or anything like that. Tiny, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Fuck.
this can't be good.
Give me a second.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Hey. You feel the glaive as you like see what's going on and kind of move back. The glaive cuts through the air and you feel it graze the top of your buns. You feel like if you had barely had moved, it would have chopped off one of your hair buns.
Oh,
or at least
fuck
like
that.
a good portion of it. Yeah.
No,
But you got
not
lucky.
the buns.
Not the buns. Yeah.
Not the buttons.
Stisk, your turn.
Again. Also, can I sneak attack it?
At this point, it is in in melee and being preoccupied by something else.
It says I can do it with range though.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, doing it. Once I find the button.
Bye.
The button.
That misses, as it's kind of like up on its hind legs. You kind of get your bearings and you shoot it at its feet. The arrow does nothing.
Gonna hide again.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. You seem pretty hidden. Tiny, your turn.
Okay, so it's clear the owlbear just fucking mauled me. Or swiped at me,
he
right?
swiped you, yeah.
Okay. If I throw something on it, I can't cast a spell, right? Because throwing something at it would be an action, right?
Would be your action. So the spell would have to
Okay.
say bonus action to cast time.
Okay. Give me a second.
Some spells are bonus actions to cast, so that's why I say like it depends.
Okay. I just need to see. Okay. Okay. I'm going to cast Thunder Wave. I'm gonna wrap myself in my blanket and cast Thunder Wave.
Okay.
Oh no.
Where? All right.
Stop! Pixel! Cut it out. Hold on.
Shit.
Okay. Save. I don't know what her DC is.
13.
Huh?
It's right there.
Oh, it is right there. DC 13.
Well, time to make a Constitution saving throw.
No, it's a cube originating from her. She can put the cube wherever she wants it. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt that she's putting the cube here. So this block of 4 squares is where the Thunder Wave is.
On the owl blade? On the owl.
Wait.
Yes.
What?
Right. The 15-foot cube originates from her, and she pushes it forward into the enemy that she's using it on. So...
Oh.
Yeah,
Hold on.
originating from me.
Oops.
I have to take a
Because I'm like, no matter who you say that's within range of, I'm within 15 feet.
No, so
Mm-mm.
it's like
Okay.
No.
I understand how it works now.
like here to here, and then
Yeah.
here up, basically. Which for some reason you guys can't see on the thing, but whatever. So, yeah, you do that. He actually fails his save. So go ahead and, I guess it automatically does the damage for you.
13 damage.
And he is pushed 10 feet away from you. Which does trigger an opportunity attack from you, Kyler. So go ahead and roll your attack. That hits.
All
Yeah.
right.
You
What
are on
the
point.
fuck? I don't want to kill Arbor.
I do.
I think it's too late at this point.
No, he's still standing. He just looks fucking angry. All right,
Let's try
Owlbear's
Hoot.
turn.
Look.
Gonna run forward again. Claws out. That actually hits you,
Who's you?
Kyler.
Mad at me.
11 points of damage.
Ow.
Ow.
Yeah.
I've been down that road before.
Okie dokie. So that's his turn. It's this goblin's turn. He's going to shoot an arrow and hit the ground again. Vorag, your turn. Oh, the fucking cube lines are showing up now. Whatever.
Oh, nice. Let me go check my book of shit. I guess just
I
another
like that
guiding
Max.
bolt.
Okay, yeah.
Just-
Guiding bolt at the goblin or the owlbear?
the other goblin. Actually, no. At this point, the owl bear.
Okay. A 100% miss.
Yeah, I'd agree. That sucks. Okay.
Yeah, it does. This guy
And,
is gone off the map. Hold on, let me. Here you go. He's gone into the forest. Kylo, your turn.
Wait, you moved the other one.
No, I didn't. It was the one that was running away. I moved him down to get rid of him.
What about the guy who's shooting?
He already shot you. He shot the ground in front of you.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought he was after me, not before.
No.
How does casting a spell in combat work now?
What do you? I mean, it really just depends on whatever the cast time for the spell is.
An action.
So then it takes your action to cast it.
There's no like attacks of opportunity or anything anymore.
If you cast a spell in melee, they don't. It's just like you were performing an action. You just don't get to like disengage or do any of that stuff. You only have a
And
bonus action left.
This thing looks super healthy, yeah?
I mean, it doesn't look super healthy. You guys are taking decent chunks out of it and stuff like that, but it's definitely still in a fighting health, yeah. Are you gonna use it?
Alright, I'm gonna cast I can't use that yet.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
Nice.
So you gain back 5 points.
And then yeah, I will just take up a defensive position and stare down the owlbear.
All right. Stisk, your turn.
Again. Da, 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 da. Oh.
Yeah, that hits. So go ahead and do the damage.
And sneak
And
attack
then
as well.
roll, right, so do the damage. And then roll your 1d6 or sneak attack.
Jesus.
The 1d6 is already on there, it looks like.
No, the 1d6 is for the crit.
Sneak attack. And as always,
Yep.
So you do a hefty amount of damage as the arrow sinks into the back of its shoulder blades, and like goes all the way down to the haft. At this point, the owlbear looks extremely rough. Like it's kind of limping around. It's growling ferociously. Tiny, your turn.
I have a question
Uh-huh.
about dancing lights.
Uh-huh.
So it says that I can create up to 4 torch-sized lights within range,
Mm-hmm.
making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs that hover in the air. Do I get to control how they're hovering?
I mean, with like a limited extent. You can't do anything like super crazy, but you can like control where they go.
Can I make them like dance in a circle?
Yeah.
Like how fast we talking?
I mean,
Not like rapidly fast, but like, can I like?
it's
get
not
them
like a
pretty
slow
fast?
rotation. Yeah, it's like bards would use this kind of a spell for a stage show.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can do like those kinds of light tricks and stuff with them.
Can I do that around the owlbear's head
Yes.
and like just have them like spinning in a circle, like up and down?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I want to do that.
Okay.
So I just click on it.
Yep.
Oh.
That's fine. Okay, so that was your action.
And then, yeah, that's it.
Alrighty, Albert's turn. Confused and pissed off, he's going to take another swing at Kyler with disadvantage. Thank God he had disadvantage. He takes a swing at you, Kyler, but he completely missed. He just like whiffs the air. This goblin's turn.
All right.
He again hits you with an arrow, but it glances off your armor. It actually like breaks the arrow. And Vorai, your turn.
Well, I guess we're just gonna radiant flame the extra goblin sitting there, or sacred
Okay.
flame.
Yep. He fails, so he takes the damage. You guys again hear as this goblin screeches in pain and then falls to the floor.
Bye bye.
And then I'll just stay where I'm at.
Okay. Kyler, your turn.
Divine favoring myself because it's a bonus action,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm gonna go the stabby stab.
Okay.
Oh.
You missed the stabby.
You did, in fact.
All right.
The light was in his eyes.
Disc, it's your yeah, kind of. That does in fact hit. So do the damage and then roll a d6.
Okay.
All right. You guys watch as another arrow sails through the trees into the back of the skull of this animal, and he just falls on the floor with like this loud thud.
Oh,
No.
He kind of like grunts out in
No.
pain as he falls,
No.
and then
I
that's
try
it.
to get down from the tree.
You catch your foot on like the bottom couple branches and fall to the ground.
No.
very
And
fitting.
yeah.
I run up to Bear and
Oh.
hug him.
Okay.
Hug
Yeah.
his dead body.
You
Just
hug
like
Bear.
sit on top of it. Just hug Bear.
Okay.
Just hug him.
You feel these like basically it's weird. He's covered in feathers, not fur. Even though he's a bear, and it's like these great eagle type feathers, so he's extremely soft and everything. As you hug him.
I'm crying.
Mm-hmm.
Dead.
And I am saying hoot hoot while sobbing.
Okay.
Oh,
So it didn't die immediately. It is like, taking its last couple breaths, and then eventually it dies basically in
No,
her head. Okay.
lay on hands, 1 hit point.
You're giving the bear a hit point. Okay, yeah.
You're what? What'd he do?
He
Nice.
gave the bear a hit point.
What does that
one
mean?
hit point.
Means the
It
bear
means
is
it's alive.
technically alive.
Oh, hoot hoot. I'm hugging him and I'm saying hoot hoot still.
Okay. Yeah, and he's kind of just laying there, doesn't really know what's going on. He's confused and damaged, arrows sticking out of his body. He's just not bleeding out anymore.
Oh,
we
am I
should go
bleeding?
before he wakes up.
No,
Like to do a
I'm
thing.
gonna look at
we
Kyler
have
and be
to
like,
help
what,
him.
What the hell is wrong with you? You need to put this thing out of its
Four.
misery. It's suffering.
Four, come here. Four, come here.
It's not
Yes,
suffering
yes.
now. It's fine.
Yes.
Or-
What am I doing?
Come here.
No, it's
What-
going to
I'm here,
die
what am I
by those
doing?
goblins again in the forest.
Take those arrows. Go. Okay, you, Sticks. I need you to shut the fuck up and go loot those sons of bitch goblins that you killed or that died. And I need you to see if they've got any spare cloth. I read this in a book. We can fix this. We can fix this owlbear up. We can patch it up. Make you feel better. So go get the fucking cloth and shit from their bodies.
If it shows any
Please.
sign of hostility, I'm shooting it in the face.
Just go. Vor, come here. Help me. We're going to
Go
need
ahead
to
and
take
roll
these-
investigation.
this.
What
Stisk.
am I doing?
Me?
No, Stisk.
Okay.
I mean, you do find like their loincloths and stuff that they were wearing, which are pretty nasty and filthy and everything else. You don't really find anything else worth. Even the swords they had were like rusted and damaged, and these goblins were probably hunting for the only meat they've had in weeks.
So what is the owlbear doing right now?
Slowly breathing, trying to like. It seems like it's trying to catch its breath. It's just laying there, and Tiny's like pretty much laying on top of it.
I'm gonna start playing doctor with those arrows.
Yeah, well,
Roll survival
Oh,
or medicine. Medicine's fine.
I'm trained in medicine.
Yeah. So you do get the couple arrows out. The one that's in the back of its, like the base of its skull, you can't get out, and you have to break off.
That's fine. He'll just have a badass scar.
Sticks! Do they have anything?
Nothing that won't. Well, let me see. I need to roll something for that.
You already did, and no, they don't.
No, I
they-
mean for like, would my character know like those dirty ass loincloths?
Oh, I
with
mean, yeah,
those.
anybody would know.
I mean,
that.
I would know that too.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
so
yeah.
it obviously doesn't work. Okay, so you tell me no?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, so instead of hugging him, I now I sit myself up, like I get off the bear and I sit
Huh?
myself kind of really close to it, and I ask Vor to help me rip up my blanket.
I helped with my daggers.
Okay, yeah.
And I want to
You-
hold. I want to hold. Can I like, where it's bleeding? I want to hold my hand with the cloth. Do I have anything in my pack? What the fuck? Let me check. Does anyone have anything in their pack?
I mean,
I have ink.
You have ink. Does no.
Ink.
so yeah, you rip up your blanket, and you begin trying to like tie off little bandages on the small gash wounds he's got from the goblins and everything else. And the Albert just kind of sits there and lets you do it. He's not like fighting you or anything like that. Eventually you do like go around to the front of his face, and you're wrapping up his paw and stuff like that, and he kind of does look at you, and softly he like hoots at you, like extremely softly.
I want to really softly say hoot hoot back.
Okay.
Just really softly, like hoot hoot. I want to pat his face.
Yeah.
The friggin' hoots.
And he lets you. I mean, he doesn't like shy away from you or anything when you pet his face.
Kyler, how is he looking? Is he gonna live?
He'll live.
I
Yeah.
kind of forget the fact that I'm also fucking 4 health. I'm not. Am I bleeding and shit?
Yeah. I mean, you got some
Yeah.
pretty nasty gashes
Yeah.
from those talons.
I pretty much fucking forget that shit.
I'm gonna roll an investigation to see if there's any feathers I can grab off of the thing.
No, you are
So you don't
not.
have any
Go
control
ahead.
over this.
Yeah, I
Wouldn't
do.
there just be some on the ground, maybe?
Nope.
Not really, no. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I do. No, mm-mm, nope, mm-mm. No, fuck him.
Oh,
Oh,
Hold on.
no.
You don't know what I'm
no.
doing.
This is bad. This is bad.
Sleight of
This is
hand.
bad.
Okay, yeah. Roll perception, Tiny.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah. So you do notice a couple feathers that are pretty long. need an owlbear cape plummet. You go to like reach down and you like grab a handful of them and you do pull them out. You hear the owlbear like kind of groan for a second, and Tiny notices everything.
Well,
Okay, well then I notice and I stand up and I say, "What do you think you're doing?"
I pocket the feathers and I say that.
Oh
Well.
my god. All right. Well,
I fucking cast it on him.
yeah, I know.
I cast
I
it on
get
him.
it. What's your
yeah.
AC, Stisk?
15.
So go ahead and roll your damage, Cat, and then roll your D100.
Oh god.
You take 10 points of damage. Fire damage, Stisk.
Okay.
99.
Alright, I'm going to retaliate.
Hold on.
Oh, I regain
Hold up,
all
we gotta do the
expended
thing.
sorcery points.
Oh.
Oh, good. You haven't used any, so.
Yep.
I'd like us to have initiative.
I would also like to have initiative at this point.
I mean, he missed with his lance completely. And at this point, if you guys are going to continue, it would be an initiative.
Stop hurting the owlbear. Knock it off. Go away. Go somewhere.
Also,
Go bark up a tree.
I'm gonna dash behind the owlbear.
No.
Okay.
At this point, when he dashes, I would like to respond.
Disc, just stop.
I already did. Should she set me on fire?
Yeah, because you're hurting him. Now knock it off. Go bark up a tree.
But it's okay to hurt me?
Yes. Because you did this. And I point at the broken arrow, like, shaft in the fucking owlbear's head.
Uh-huh.
And I go back and I sit in front of its face and I pet it.
Okay. It continues to let you pet it. And it,
Oh.
again, softly hoots at you.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna do something at this point. And
Okay.
according to the book, I don't see anything that would say that it would let anyone else know this is happening. So, I'm gonna.
So wait, as far as you guys saw, you just saw her set me on fire for no reason.
I mean,
They can roll
'Cause you
perception, too.
You
yeah,
didn't see me
I
pull
will
out the.
roll perception
Okay.
for that, because at that point, she wouldn't just set you on fire for no reason.
He would
Yeah,
have,
you're right. 'Cause
Kyla
she
would have
set
seen
the hay
it.
on fire for no reason whatsoever.
And Vorag would have seen you, would have seen the bear, like, would have seen your hand on the bear, and then the bear groan in pain.
Yeah, okay, so I would have figured that out, but it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So, what are you doing, Vorag? Oh, hold on. For how much? Okay, yeah, so roll it.
Do you want me to do it to the charity top so they can see the roll?
Yes.
Okay. Slash.
So I have a question. So I have a Dungeoneer's pack.
I don't know
And it's
which. Oh, you do have an engineer's pack. Okay.
Yeah. So it says I've got 10 days rations and a water skin in it. Now, is the
Uh-huh.
water skin already full?
You would have filled it up at either Harold's or the city.
Oh my god, that is pathetic, but it's gonna go one to each of them.
Yep. So, Shijin, Stisk, as you're standing there, you feel this kind of like warmth radiate up from the ground into you, and you feel like you're, 1 hit point healthier.
Okay.
The owlbear at this point stands up.
I wanna
will
take
carefully
out. I
watch
wanna
it.
take.
Wave
One
at the
day's-
ready just in case.
I
but
wanna
not
take
that
1
ready.
day's rations out. I wanna give it to the owlbear.
You're just gonna like put it on the floor.
No, I wanna hold it in my hand, both my hands, and
Oh
raise
boy.
it up. Raise it up to
This
its
is
mouth.
gonna be good.
Oh boy.
Why?
Roll
It says
an
it's letting
animal-
me.
Roll an animal handling check.
Oh man,
Okay.
it's gonna bite me.
It's probably going to bite you.
Oh
Um,
man.
So it reaches down and like goes to take the food that you're offering, like the dried meat and stuff that you have in your hand, out of your hand. It does nick you with its beak. It's not used to eating from anything, so you take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
As it eats, it like looks at you like with its eyes, like it locks eyes with you as it's eating. Aggressive pecking, yes.
Oops, I messed
Oh
up.
my god.
Okay. Wait. Doesn't make sense. Hold on. I'm like messing up.
So you should
Give
be
my
at
numbers
3
back.
right now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna reach over and pat Tiny on the shoulder, and also give her 4 points of healing.
Okay.
That is probably a good thing.
4 points of healing from you lay on hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I have 7 now.
Yes.
And then I will give myself.
The remaining 1 point.
No, I have 10 points. Don't I?
You used 5. Oh no, you used cure wounds. Never mind. So yeah, you've got 6 points left.
Yeah, I'll use the 6 to heal myself to full.
Okay.
Will still let me pet him.
I mean, at this point, you've still got food in your hands.
Okay.
Once he does take it, you go to like reach out to pet him, and he kind of like puts his head back, and then he nuzzles his head into your hands and lets you pet him.
Oh my god.
I'm so happy I'm gonna cry.
So what I'm hearing is there's no point. God damn it. Oh.
I give him more. I give him another day's full ration.
Oh
So now I have only 8.
no. Okay. Yeah, he takes it from you. He does actually. Hold on. Oh, damn it. He takes it better from you this time. He doesn't like nick your hand or anything like that. And then he basically just hoots at you softly as you're done feeding him.
A hoot softly back.
And then he goes to turn away and walk back into the forest.
No! No!
Go, Tiny.
Yeah.
We can't bring him into towns.
But he
Storm
can
should kill
sit
him on sight.
outside he can sit outside the town.
Do you know how to train animals?
No.
So how are you going
But
to
I
teach it
read
to do that?
I read it in a book.
Roll a
We'll
history
see
check.
him on our way back into Alexandria.
Roll my history. Okay.
I mean, you definitely have read animal taming in a book. You also know that this isn't technically an animal. It's what is considered a monstrosity.
No. I am
It's
so sad
safer
right now.
and more suited to live here.
My God. Can I have a hug?
Yes, you can definitely have a hug. I will reach down, pick up the gnome, and just
100%.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna like do the baby thing with the gnome and just lightly start patting her back while she cries.
As you pick her up and she like sobs. Yeah, she ugly cries into your shoulder.
Took my blanket too.
Eventually it does. As she's covered in the owlbear's blood. She is covered in the owlbear's blood, so you are smearing gnome snot, tears, and owlbear blood all over you. Okay.
That's acceptable.
It does make it down into the forest. You do hear another, this time louder, hoot hoot as it stands at the edge of the forest and looks at you and then disappears into the trees.
Hoot hoot. I want hoot hoot back.
Yeah. Yep.
I go back to sobbing.
can
guys
visit Hoot another time.
you guys watch as the gnome fucking like 2-year-old breaks down. Yeah.
I start heading to the road. I don't have time for this.
Off we go.
All right, and back to the road.
Yep.
It's a good thing she doesn't walk anywhere, so we can keep going.
That's
Yeah, I'm just
that's true
sobbing.
actually.
I am still sobbing. Like,
Oh yeah,
still sobbing.
you're heartbroken. You guys
It would have
continue.
not been too strong. It would have not been too strong.
I'm
You-
gonna tap
What would
Kyler
have
on the
not been
shoulder.
Too strong. What are you talking
Did
about?
Stis successfully take feathers? Yes, Pixie Dragon. He did take 3 feathers.
3
Fucking
feathers,
asshole.
thank you.
And I set him on fire.
Yes, you did.
Actually, would the fire have
No.
lit the feathers on? Oh,
No.
Considering they're in my pocket, no.
So you guys do walk through the forest for the remainder of the afternoon. You eventually get to the point where night begins to fall around you. The forest gets a little quieter. It's like a different atmosphere.
I'm
And,
still sobbing.
Has anyone seen anything that looks suitable for a camp?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have everybody roll. Well, everybody
Not
roll.
me. I'm sobbing.
Well, yeah. So everybody but Tiny roll like perception.
Perfectly average.
Oh, perception. Shit. La, 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 la.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys do notice a couple clearings on your way. One of them's got like a little spring next to it. That seems like it's been used as a campsite before for people that are walking back and forth. So you guys bed down for the night, or?
Yep.
I mean,
I'm a human. I can't see at night, so let's stop here.
I'm still sobbing.
I can see it at night.
I cannot. See it, so I guess we'll also stop here. As you know, I'm still holding, patting your back.
Okay, so as you
I
guys,
like how as soon as you turned on that music, an owl made a noise.
oh yeah, there's natural owls in this forest, so you do hear the hoot hoot occasionally.
God damn it!
So you guys sit down for camp for the night. Are you making any kind of guard roster or anything like that, or are you just gonna sleep? Or
We should.
I'm going to eat till I'm full.
Whatever they want to do. I'm not going to sleep for a bit.
so everybody needs at least 6 hours of sleep. So
Alright,
you
yeah, I
can
need a
do
long
2
rest after
hours
that.
each. Yeah.
I instantly knocked the fuck out.
Okay.
I ain't
I
watching.
noticed this, and I just
I just
wrap her
fucking-
up in.
I don't have a blanket
Something.
anymore.
Do we have some? How big is that fox fur you took?
It's not that big.
Well, that I don't have a blanket. Fuck.
I mean, everybody's got a bedroll, so
Want me to metagame for a little
okay,
bit?
no.
Because, okay.
Then I guess I just take her bedroll and just wrap her up in it and
Okay.
stash her just where we're sleeping.
Fucking stash me under a tree or some shit.
Yeah. All right. What's everybody else doing?
Climbing a tree.
Roll acrobatics. Okay. Yep. You climb the tree. Perfectly fine.
I'm gonna watch him do that. I'm just gonna sigh, and I'm just gonna go set up my bedroll next to the currently wrapped up gnome and go to sleep. I ain't got time for this.
Keeping watch.
Okay. So do you guys talk about who's going to keep watch or anything like that, or do you just do it?
I mean, I think it's gonna be pretty accepted that if someone gets woken up to keep watch, they're gonna keep watch.
So all three of
Right.
you. Okay. So you're going to bed right now.
Yeah,
Vorg. Okay.
I'm just going to
Yeah,
bed.
they're both asleep now. And I'm going
Uh.
to look up into the tree. You wanted something, Stisk?
You want first or second?
I'll take second.
All right. 2 hours?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So roll perception. Oh, you just rolled it. Yeah. Or I'm sorry, not perception. Jeez, what's wrong with me? Roll a d20. Okay. Your shift passes uneventfully. You do get down from the tree to wake Kyler up for his shift and climb back up in your tree and go to bed. Nothing happened. Kyler, roll your d20. Okay. Again, your shift also went pretty uneventful. You didn't really see anything. Nothing jumped out at you. It's just a really calm, quiet night. Do you do anything?
I'm gonna do a little prayer,
Okay.
and after I'm done that for an hour or so, I will wake up Vor to let him take next watch.
Okay. So Vor, go ahead and roll your d20. Okay. Nothing happens during your shift. Do you do anything during your shift?
So we checked around this. We checked around this whole little clearing before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely looked around before you decided to bed down.
And we didn't set up like a fire or anything.
Nope.
No.
I'm going to. Give me a sec. Nah, I'm not going to do anything.
Okay. So eventually your 2 hours pass. Do you wake the gnome up? If you don't go back to bed, you will not get the benefits of a full night.
No, I know. I was debating whether to wake up Tiny or Shid.
Everybody, like, if you woke Shid up,
I wouldn't.
he wouldn't.
So
get
yeah, I
away.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wake up Tiny then.
Okay.
Ugh. What?
I'm sorry, but you got to keep watch for a couple hours.
Hey, you hear that?
Yes, I hear the owls hooting.
Ah!
I know.
Ah! Good night.
Good night. Try not to cry too hard and be able to keep watch, please. I know that's a lot to ask.
Okay. Cat, roll 2d20.
Okay.
Well, okay. I meant, like, separately.
Oh,
So we'll
here,
count the
let me just
13
let me
as the
just-
first one.
Okay.
Well, you can see the separate ones right there.
Oh, yeah, you can, actually. I lied. 6 and 7. Okay,
Oh.
so 13 and 10. That's fine. Okay. So, about halfway through your shift, roll perception.
Okay.
You hear a rustling from behind you. You kind of, like, sit down and listen for a second. Between, like, you're sobbing. You can't tell if it was you or anything. And then you look down at your pack and you see it being dragged into the forest.
What the? I'm like sobbing and I'm like wiping my eyes away and
Uh-huh.
I get up and I go after it.
Okay. As
Can
you
I like pick it up?
you like kind of grab it, and as you go to grab it, it kind of like gets pulled away from you farther into the forest. And as you like follow it into the forest, you stand in between these two trees, and you're roll another perception check.
Okay.
Fuck.
Yep. So at this point, you're looking into the forest and everything like that, and you hear all this like rustling as something's like going through your bags and like dumping something out, and you kind of like jump out from behind the tree and look at it, and it's an owlbear rummaging through your bag.
No. No.
Currently destroying all of your belongings, looking for more food.
Not destroying all of them, right?
Well, I mean,
it's
he's
pretty
like-
much just like ripping it out.
Yeah, he's like ripping your
it.
bag up.
I
Yeah.
mean, okay. Can I like? I want to say like who do it
And it kind of
like
just like
really softly.
yeah, and it looks at you,
And
and then it kind of like hoots softly at you, and then goes back to digging through your bag.
Okay, so
Roll
when
another
it like
perception check.
okay.
Do you have dark vision? I can't remember. Okay,
I
so
do.
as it turns back to look in, like the dig through the bag or whatever, you do see the arrow sticking out of the back of its neck.
Okay, so with it like tearing my bag apart and stuff, like I've got my stuff laying all around the ground, right?
Yep.
Do I see my rations there? Like, did it miss my rations
I mean,
as it was like?
yeah,
toiling
some of
through
them
the bag?
are through the ground. It's got one of them actually open right now, and it's like, as
Okay, I'd like
Pixie
to-
Dragon would say, aggressively pecking.
I'd like to pick one up and kind of waddle over to it, like kind of slowish, and open one up and and just give it and like hold it out in my hand.
Hold out in your hands again. Animal handling.
Okay. Got hurt me again, but it's totally worth it.
Oh my god!
Holy shit! Damn! I wish I rolled that earlier.
Oh
Fuck.
my god! Hold,
What happened, man?
Plummet, hold on. Plummet, are you still in chat?
Oh my god.
So yeah, you hold this open for her, or for the not her. You don't know. You hold it open for the owlbear, and
Plummet's in the chat, by the
yeah,
way.
I see it. You
Okay.
basically you take your time, and it slowly like begins to eat from your hands and stuff like that. Give me a second while I consult some shit.
Perfect. Bathroom break.
God.
Be right back.
Yeah, go ahead and take like a 5-minute break.
Okay.
I'm like legit tearing up. Holy fuck. Like legit tearing up. Ah! Ah!
Hootie and the Troubletons.
You could totally stay out in the forest town. Like teach it and give it a little whistle and it would come over and I could just be best friends with it. I don't even want it to fight. I just want it to be my friend.
I just
Yeah, you would want it to be your friend.
I just want it to be my friend. I don't even want to fight. I just want it to be my friend.
That's a pretty good picture. I was gonna use that as the owlbear picture earlier, Jay.
Oh,
oh god.
that's so cute.
I can't believe this is happening.
You guys don't know any of this.
I
No,
don't,
you-
but the player does.
100%
And what's really
100%
funny,
don't.
and also, you guys don't know that none of this is happening. You also don't have anyone watching your camp.
Oh, crap. I was so happy about the event, I forgot about that aspect of it. Shit. My apologies.
The crow's angry. They're all just getting eaten by the other owlbears.
Oh,
Except
no.
for me, who was up in a tree.
Because owlbears can't climb trees.
Wait,
You're
you
right.
went to sleep in a tree?
I did.
You're fucking weird, dude.
Nope.
Yes, no one sleeps in a tree except for birds.
And people who don't want to be found.
Yep.
I guess you're right.
And monkeys.
I just want you to know that bears absolutely climb and sleep in trees.
I know. I was just wondering
Yeah.
because of the. I don't quite know the quote unquote physiology of an owlbear, so
I
I
mean,
was
it's
just guessing.
essentially a bear with an owl face.
So same paws and everything.
Yeah.
Yep. You look at the picture.
I'm trying to find that again. Give me a second.
There's a picture in chat that Jay just posted of it. It's a different picture, but
I mean,
In
if you
chat?
also go to the character sheet portion, one of the handouts is an owlbear.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the character sheet because I forgot. There it is. Thank you. Yep, same hands. Okay. Oh, they wouldn't know I'd have food. I'm assuming, guessing, hoping,
I mean, who knows?
because I would pretty much probably fall out of the tree if I woke up and saw an owlbear just going through my shit.
All right, is everybody back? Dullahan?
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Yep.
All right. So, you continue to feed the owlbear. It takes food from you. It hoots at you softly. It lets you pet it, and everything like that. Do you do
I'm like
anything
trying
else?
to like, yeah, I'm like trying to gather all my other stuff like in a pile. 'Cause
Mhm.
it's like pretty much, I'm pretty sure, like, has it dropped my bag by now?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Like it's probably punctured it several times, but like, is it still like, can I put stuff in it? even
Yeah,
though
it's
not fucking
usable
usual?
still. Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of put it all together, but I'm also like staying really close to it, and I'm literally giving it more rations.
Okay. Yeah. So it continues to basically eat what's left of your rations.
Mhm.
And then once you're kind of out of food, it just kind of sits there and stares at you for a while. Do you do anything?
And I want to sit right next to it.
Okay. So you sit down and it kind of just looks at you for a while. It doesn't really do anything, or it doesn't like, sit down next to you or anything like that. It hoots at you a couple times. And then it eventually starts to go for your bag again.
I let it go for my bag again.
Okay. and
Actually, I kind of like go for it, like as it's like looking through my bag. I kind of like want to like take stuff out. Like, can I like reach my hand in there and like kind of show it stuff?
I mean, yeah, it's gonna. So what you're saying is like, as it walks to your bag, you want to just like pull stuff out of your bag and show it to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you do that, and it kind of like you pull something out, and it looks at you, and you hold it up to it, and it sniffs it or whatever. It'll take like a peck at some things every once in a while. As somebody said earlier, the pigtails are gone that were in your bag.
Oh, okay. I forgot I had those.
Yeah, those were devoured.
So eight.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't really seem to be interested in anything else. It just keeps going back to your bag, like looking for more food.
Can I like? Okay, so at this point, I want to get up and. Okay, I want to get up and I want to look. I want to go back to like kind of like the camp, and I want to take Boar's bag because he's right next to me. Like I'm not even sneaking.
No,
like I'm
no,
at this point. I'm just
roll
grabbing it.
perception with disadvantage. Dope. You stay completely asleep.
Yeah.
I'm
So I mean, I don't
sure.
even like. I don't even like try to be sneaky about it. I just walk up and I just grab his bag and I take it back with me.
Okay. As you go to turn around to take it back with you, the owlbear is like sitting down right at the edge of your campsite. Like,
Oh.
You don't even need to go anywhere. He's like right there.
Okay. So I guess it's like the only thing separating us is a bush.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I go through the bush, and I take his bag, and I sit down, and I open it, and
Okay.
I go through
Is
it.
there any food in your bag, Vor?
Well, you said realistically that we wouldn't have to like mark the rations because it would just be accepted like if we're
Yeah,
doing something
yeah.
have the food. So there would be rations and various food items. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I open them.
Uh-huh.
I'm like going through the bag, and I find the rations, and I hold them up to the bear.
Okay. And
Get
he
that.
he takes them from you, slowly and gently. He's gotten used to like eating from your hand, and yeah, he eats all the food that you give him, which I assume you give him every scrap of food that's in Vor's bag.
Yeah, and then I give him the bag to like see if he wants to go through it. Like I'm taking stuff out of the bag, and the bag's empty, and I just kind of like set it right next to him.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
He does go through it eventually, looking for more food. Once he realizes there's nothing else in it, with like his smell, he leaves it alone.
Okay.
At this point, let's see. It's probably been about an hour. Everybody roll perception. It's getting to be daylight. Kyler and Vor, you both wake up. Shijin, you're like starting to wake up. You're not like fully awake or anything.
Right. So should I roll perception to see if we notice the visitor?
Yep. Both you and no. I'm sorry, Kyler. With your perception from waking up and stuff like that, you can clearly see the owlbears sitting in the bushes next to your campsite. You can't see Tiny though.
Do I see Tiny?
Can he notice the arrow in the back, like the shaft of the arrow?
No, because he's like
Oh,
the
wait, I need to
owlbear is
roll
facing you.
perception.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm
still saying hoot hoot too, by the way.
Yeah, so
I
you
don't know
guys
if
can
you-
hear Tiny, but you can't see her.
Yeah, and you just hear me say hoot hoot. Is
I'm
it still
just
like
not-
hooting back to me?
It looks at you every time you say it. Sometimes it'll hoot back to you. Most of the time, it doesn't.
I guess having noticed this at this point, I'll get out of my bedroll and slowly approach Tiny and the owlbear.
Uh-huh. As you approach it and you look at it closely, you can see the arrow like in the back of its head or whatever. You assume it's the same one from last time. And you see Tiny sitting there in a pile of goods from both her bag and your bag that's completely empty on the floor.
I'm just gonna slowly go sit next to Tiny and just, I guess, watch both of her and the owlbear. I don't need to
Okay.
do anything at this point, and this seems completely normal to me considering the circumstances of things that have already happened.
Yep. Eventually, once it realizes that you guys don't have any food, it kind of stands up and it like snorts in y'all's direction, and then slowly starts to walk back into the forest.
No. Four, we gotta
Yes,
get more
yeah,
food. Do you have any food? No, you don't have any food. Gotta go-
Kyler,
Kyler.
at this point, you would have noticed all of this and probably kind of like walked over to the edge of the trees.
Kyler,
Yes.
do you have any food on you?
I'm not giving my rations to this creature.
Please, just like 1 day's worth of rations, please.
How many days have you given it already?
Well, mine
And
plus
more than enough
fours
food, you're gonna make everything fat, and then it won't be able to survive in the
is
wild.
20.
20 days rations. Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna get them fat. Besides, we have to leave him here. There's no way we can take him anywhere near civilization. He
It
will
doesn't
be
have
murdered.
to be near civilization. You can stay in the forest.
If you continue to feed it, it's going to follow you, and then when we go into a town, it'll try and follow you, and it will be killed, and then you will be crying even worse than you were yesterday.
We could put a blanket over it. People would think it looks like a pig or
Tiny.
something.
That's
Wow.
not how cities work. I'm sorry.
He
What
says
if I
with a
stay out
strangely
here?
Canadian accent.
I'd
Why
like to
don't-
point out at this point that she could probably illusion the owlbear to a horse.
You get the impression that she might be able to do that.
I will throw out the idea of, could you do that?
I mean, I could minor
Hold
illusion
on.
it.
How would the creature feel about you casting a spell on it?
It says the illusion also ends if you dismiss it as an action or cast the spell again. Also, I'd like everybody to click on the link that Pixie Dragon put in the
Oh
chat.
no, I already looked.
Yeah,
It's
Pixie Dragon, ridiculous.
it's great.
So you cannot use minor illusion to change the shape of something. You create another physical object.
Oh, disappointing.
Basically, if you created a minor illusion to make it look like a horse, every time the owlbear moved, it would alter the illusion.
I tried.
Wait. Repeat that.
You basically, when you use minor illusion to create an image, you're creating a new image. So if you did create an image of a horse on top of the owlbear, the image would be altered every time the owlbear moved. So like it completely wouldn't work, and you would know that.
If you continue to feed it and make it follow you, you will get it killed. We need to tell it to go so it can live its life. I didn't spare its life so it could die by following us into a city, not only causing fear and panic in the city, but making you upset by watching it die. And then you would probably try and attack the people who are defending the city from this monster, and then it would be a very fiery, horrible situation of death. And that's not what we need.
Okay.
Thank you. Hoot Hoot, it was nice seeing you. Please go away and live elsewhere. We need to go.
So yeah, you say that to the bear. As you Hoot Hoot at it, it kind of looks at you with like the weird head cock thing, and then just kind of continues to run around in the forest looking for more food. Like completely ignores you. It's just by this time you're awake.
Tearing up. My eyes are tearing up so much right now.
Yes, but you must do the right thing.
I stand up. Cable, I'm gonna go get my stuff and put it back in my bag.
Okay, I'll go help you. I'll get my stuff too.
I'm
Tiny,
sorry.
I know a seamstress in Crossran. We can go there, and I'll get her to make you a stuffed version of a little miniature Hoot Hoot.
Yeah.
Yes, but that's in the future. It's a very far away and a long way away from where we're going. We can do it later.
Okay.
You would know a seamstress, yeah. Absolutely. Okay. And I mean, as you hoot at it, it'll kind of, every once in a while, it'll hoot back at you and then grunt in the ground as it continues to find food.
I have a question. So would Hoot Hoot, this is the name of it now, Hoot
Right,
Hoot.
of course.
Would Hoot Hoot have like malted like any feathers? Like would have any like feathers like malted from it?
I mean, through the night and everything like that and everything it's been through, there's probably a couple of feathers on the ground.
Okay, I pick them up and I put them in my buns. My hair buns.
Okay. Yep.
Quick question.
Yes.
How far away are our things? Would if
not
I were
very
to
far
whisper,
at all. For you, not at all. Hers are
If
a
I
little
were to-
further into the forest.
Okay, well then when we get to hers, how would it be far enough that if we whispered, no one would hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless somebody
Yeah.
followed you.
Which you wouldn't know to do
Would you-
because
But you wouldn't know to
Yeah,
do
that's-
because
Oh
you
wait,
wouldn't
hold
do
on. So
that.
this is still I'm not awake yet?
you're like
no, you're still
barely
awake.
waking
You're
up.
you're barely waking up.
Okay.
So it wouldn't cross your mind to follow us.
Plus, there's the fact that she literally just like accepted the fact that the owlbear is going bye-bye, and we were just going to get her things.
Anyways, yes.
Okay, well, then let me know when that happens.
Now,
When we're
you
far
guys
away.
are, yeah.
Hey, Tiny.
Yeah.
Are you good at hunting?
No.
Neither am I. Want to learn?
Really?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. We will. We'll have to do this somewhat stealthy.
I read a little bit about something in a book once.
Let's not go with that, and
Oh,
let's just
okay.
attempt to. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Then we're just gonna try and figure that out while we're away gathering her things real quick.
You're gonna try to figure out hunting.
Minor hunting. I mean, we can both just cast spells at something till it's dead, and then take the meat from it.
Both of you roll perception. Okay, so you do notice a couple squirrels in some trees. You're both just
Well,
gonna fling a spell at it until
I'm gonna hit fireball at it.
do
or
it.
Firebolt.
Yep,
This is how we get a forest
that
fire.
hits. Then roll that D100.
So what happens from the D100?
You gain resistance to all damage for the next minute.
Oh, all right.
There you go.
That's crazy.
I got lucky with that.
Yeah, you did. Then I guess I'm just gonna radiant flame another squirrel.
I mean, no. When she hits that one with the firebolt, both of them kind of drop out of the tree,
Okay,
dead.
well,
I did it.
then at
Look,
this point, we're
and
gonna.
they're pretty much all cooked. Like, I mean, yeah, they got the hair on them. Oh wait, no, is that? It's like pretty much burning the hair off of them.
Yeah, they're like singed and pretty burnt.
Oh,
Then,
do you think they're
at
still
this
good?
point, we'll get the. I'm gonna grab them up and just wrap them up in what would have been our ration wrappers,
Okay.
and then I guess we'll look for more things.
All right.
Meanwhile, back at camp.
Yeah, meanwhile, actually, back at camp. Kyler has picked everything back up. He's put his bags together. Sisk, I assume you're just packing up?
Yep.
Okay. Eventually, you two get back to the camp, all packed up and good to go. And then the four of you continue back out onto the road and down the road. At this point, the forest here... So you guys would kind of know this. Hobloin sits on a pretty decent hilltop. And from like the main gate of Hobloin, as you looked towards the river, you would have seen the forest out in front of you. And then because of the advantage, you would have also seen the river further out. You would know that the forest is also kind of a little higher than the river, like on hills and stuff. So eventually you guys do like walk down the path and around a corner, and you find yourselves looking down onto the river from like the top of a hilltop, and you can, in the distance, you can see like the gates and stuff that you need to go. Everybody roll a d20.
D20.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, so the rest of this part of the journey goes pretty uneventful. You guys walk down the, I assume, Tiny Uranvor's shoulders again?
Yep.
Okay. You guys walk down like the tiny little pathway, make some more curves. You hear the forest and stuff like that. Nothing major is going on. You don't see anything crazy. Eventually, you round one more corner, looking down, and you see, with great advantage, the river gate in front of you. The side that you're looking at is the Valinescan side in this picture. So you're standing on the side that's like cut off by the picture. But basically both sides of this gate are castles. The Alexandrian side just as big as the Valinescan side. And you can clearly see like where you need to go and what you're doing and that kind of stuff. And you do eventually make your way down to the like guard house area. The gates are closed, and there are Alexandrian military standing in front, and there's 2 more guards that have purple capes, like violet purple capes.
I'm gonna wrap my cloak around myself. And
Kyler, I need you to roll history with advantage. Okay. You see those purple cloaks, and you know immediately that they're the Serent Guard. The Serent Guard is the personal guard to the Duchess herself.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap my cloak a little tighter.
Would I know that?
No, you would not. Well, I mean, roll history. No. Not at all.
At least it was that.
So Kyler, it's not uncommon for you to see the Alexandrian military here, because I mean, obviously they're the ones that control their side of the river. The fact that you see the Serent Guard here is kind of weird to you because you don't see a reason for them to be here. You know that there's usually a small outpost in, like major cities like Hoblo and Crossrun and stuff like that. But to see them like at the gate strikes you as odd for sure.
I'm not gonna question it. I am gonna nudge Vor to take the lead on this and kind of motion him to go forward.
Okay.
And in response to that, I will move behind him, look him dead in the eye, and say, "Look at the human, look at the non-human. Who do you think should go first?" And I will go behind him.
I'm sure they're more than happy to let you out.
That is besides the point.
Okay. 1 second.
I'm gonna sigh and then walk forward.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually you guys do break out of the forest and into like the main square area. It's busy. There's people all over the place. The gate, while it looked like it was closed, the portcullis was only half closed. And everybody that's going in and out is being checked. Basically what seems to be like by customs. 2 guards stand on each side of the portcullis, and it's not just like city guards. Like these are Alexandrian soldiers. 2 stand on this side of the portcullis, 2 stand on the other one, and then there's a couple Serent Guard like standing towards the side.
Are there any like other mercenary or soldiers-looking types who aren't part of the military I can see around here?
Not that you notice, no. It seems to just be like a common group of like travelers that usually make this round, just being inconvenienced by Alexandria for some reason, deciding to check everybody today, even though normally they wouldn't.
What time of day is it?
It's probably about midday.
So by the time we get through and everything, we're probably gonna have to just sleep on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Or inside.
Depending on Valinescan's side, you don't know if that's going to be hard to get through. You've never even been on that side of the river, so you don't know if you're even allowed through.
Oh, I'm gonna stop and look at the group. All right, guys, are we going to find a inn here and deal with the lineups in the morning, or are we gonna try and cross now and find somewhere in the other country to rest?
Well, at this point, it'd probably be better if we stayed here either a night or 2 to refresh supplies and clean our gear and such.
Those of you that are from the Valinescan side will know that Valinesca is a way more peaceful place than Alexandria is, and that it would probably be easier to do things on that side of the river. Just out of like it being a more like accommodating territory.
I say nope. Keep going. I say nothing.
Okay. So do you just go to get in line or what?
Yep.
Okay.
Tiny,
What?
are we crossing
not-
today, or are we waiting for tomorrow?
Flora, what do you think?
I mean, again, I think. Well, it depends. Real quick, are we in the town, and
So
like, are we in a town? And
It's
then
We're
not
in
like
the
a-
Alexandria side.
you're on the Alexandria side of the river.
Yeah.
And both of these sides of the river, although it looks like a town, it's legitimately just a military stronghold on both sides. So it's a castle. There's probably an inn on both sides for like travelers to go through, but it's not a town. It's straight like a stronghold. If you Kyler, roll history. Hold on. So Kyler,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm trying to get a link for everybody. So Kyler would know, and anybody that's in chat can read that little lore document. But Kyler would know that this river is a point of very strong contention for both sides, and that these fortifications are kind of like a mutually assured destruction type of deal for both sides. To stop the encroachment. Kyler would also tell you that Alexandria puts quite a lot of money into maintaining this. That the guards here are no joke type guards. They're very strict when it comes to following orders directly. He'll also tell you that last he heard, the commander of the Alexandrian side was very, very strict, and that his soldiers specifically were extremely loyal to him, more so than anybody else. So you get the impression that sitting on the Alexandrian side, nobody's going to be here to do you any favors, that's for sure.
All right. I'll get in line.
We're going.
We're going.
Bye.
You s-
They're not gonna like us.
They're not gonna like us. What do you mean?
Staying here.
You mean they're not gonna like us staying here?
They don't like anybody. Have you heard the term "stick in the mud"?
Wait, I have a question. Have I had problems crossing this bridge in the past?
No, but you've also never crossed this bridge when there was like a checkpoint set up. Usually both sides of the gate are open and people are able to move freely, at least from your experience. So the fact that they're checking like papers and people is something you've never dealt with before.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean by papers? Like, do we have papers?
You don't know. You can't even really see what they're checking. You just know that they're stopping everybody that goes through.
Okay. Okay, well, let's just get in line and we'll worry about it when the time comes, I guess. I mean, we can't really do anything else.
Right. So eventually you guys slowly walk forward and stuff like that. Kyler, roll stealth with disadvantage.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Hey, that's a natural 3, okay?
But it's a 1 nonetheless.
So
Great.
would we? Should we do we roll perception to see what he's doing, or would we just know
No.
at this point?
He's just walking. And I mean, that's all he's doing. He's walking. You guys can see him like pull his cloak up around him and stuff like that, and kind of like push it around his shoulders. As you guys are standing in line, the line's moving slowly. It's taking a while. Kat, there is a traveling person that passes you, and you can smell sweet rolls on their cart.
Oh.
It's so it's taken a while. You're hungry. You're tired. Tiny's still a little sad. And then all of a sudden, you guys hear, "Hey, you, get out of line. Come here." And as you look around, you see one of those purple cloaked people standing, pointing at Kyler.
What? Kyler, is he Kyler's talking to you?
No.
No.
Yes.
He looks like he's talking to you.
As you
No.
like continue to look
No.
around to kind of like play it off, he looks at you and says, "You shiny boy with the family plate, come here."
I bought this.
Hey, he has a name, sir.
I'll
name is
step
Kyler.
line.
He completely ignores you as you talk. As
Hey!
you
Tiny, please.
Hey,
As-
Tiny, want to go get some sweet rolls?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
as
go
you
get some sweet
step
rolls.
out of line, Kyler, and walk up to him, he looks at you. Go ahead and roll. Roll a history check. Dope. Hold on a second. Okay. So as you take a look at him, you see his armor. It's extremely pristine. He's pretty young. But not so. He's a human. He's in his mid-20s. Prime fighting age. He looks at you and says, "The Ives boy, huh?" As you look at him, you can tell, and you notice he is a knight of the Laughlin family, and that he's one of the sons. He was specifically given up, he left the family to take on knighthood for the Saren Guard. Sarent Guard.
I'll stare at him and then be like, well, I suppose I can't really deny that, considering who you are.
I mean, we all grow up in the same circles. It would be hard for you to hide your face. Why are you crossing the bridge?
Would I hear any of this?
No.
Okay.
Actually, roll perception. Yeah, I mean, you can hear bits and pieces. You would have heard, places that we've grown up, or circles that we've grown up in, and stuff like that.
I'm heading for the Red Ivy Keep.
Mercenary keep. Have you sunk so low?
I didn't know there was lower for my family to sink.
That's true. Sad. You know, I've always liked you and your mother. I don't see why everybody feels the need to hate you for something that happened 100 years ago, but whatever. Not my place. Families are weird. That city is even weirder, to be honest. Hence why I'm in the Guard.
Free of it, so I don't know why you're judging me right now.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just curious as to why somebody of your
You just
stature
said
would be
sunk
over
so
here.
low.
Well, I mean, it is a mercenary group. We
It's
do
a
have
place
standards.
that I can learn.
I see your point, is what I'm saying. Anyways, you're gonna have a hard time getting through the gates.
Is there a reason there's a check right now?
Yeah, the duchy. There was an attempted assassination on the Duchess.
When?
Not but a week ago, and it serves to be about this time that somebody who's trying to cross the river would be crossing the river if they were in Alexa a week ago.
I see. Do
So,
we have any
naturally.
description?
Yes, in fact I do. It was a dark-haired half-elf gentleman. Of course, black cloaks is only a rogue would wear. Unfortunately, we
I'm gonna turn
don't
and
have
stare
much.
straight at what's his face?
Stisk?
Strix?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stisk. I'm gonna just stare at him.
And as you stare at him,
No.
he's gonna look around the corner and he's gonna say, "Is he with you?"
Unfortunately. But
Interesting.
he's been with me for over a week. Right? Has it been? that long?
It's probably been close to that. Okay, well. And the other two, the short thing that was yelling at me, I assume she's with you as well. Interesting party you've gotten yourself into.
Yes, a gnome, a lizard, and a half elf.
Do I hear him say lizard?
No, you're off getting sweet rolls.
God damn.
Oh well, how the mighty have fallen. Here, let me walk you to the front. And he says, gather your group. And so you guys will see as Kyler kind of turns around and like motions for you guys to come with him. All of you eventually join Kyler, and you're walking with this knighted gentleman as he walks to the front and says, these 4 may pass. I've already checked them.
Hey, mister.
Tiny? Not now.
What? No, I just want to ask,
Nope.
what's his name?
Not now.
My name,
Yeah,
Mathis.
Mathis?
Yes.
Pleased to meet you, Mathis. I'm Tiny.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well, young madam. And he kind of like bows to you chivalrously, and that's about it. He turns back to Kyler and says, well, I won't spoil your secret because I feel like you're probably keeping it a secret. But if you do return from the keep and you happen to find any information, do let us know. It might be enough to clear your family's name, to be honest.
That's definitely the plan. I had heard rumors of some sort of corruption, but that's about all I heard. Rumors.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, all I can do is keep the Duchess safe and stave off the inevitable corruption from the 12, you know?
Do I have sweet rolls with me?
Yes, you have like 2 sweet rolls.
Hey, mister.
Yes.
Yes, madam.
And I, like, toss him a sweet roll.
He catches it, actually.
There you go.
Yeah, he catches it. He's like, he chuckles and he's like, thank you. Anyways,
You're welcome.
you keep your head on, Kyler. And he turns around and like walks back towards the other Serent guard that he was standing with. And you guys are on the other side of the portcullis, standing on the actual bridge.
So how's that guy know your name?
Connections.
Hey, Vor.
And I'll just turn and
yeah.
walk down the bridge.
Yeah.
I spit on that sweet roll.
All right, you guys continue to walk down the bridge.
I'm just
You
gonna chuckle exactly like that.
make it through that middle checkpoint. There's basically that middle section of the bridge. There's 2 guards on each side of the bridge. So there's 4 guards from Alexandria, 2 on each side, and then there's 4 guards from Valenesca, 2 on each side as well. And as you guys walk through, they like straight military bearing. They stare in front of them. They don't look at you as you pass. Nothing. As you guys walk past them, they almost look like statues, but you can tell they're alive. And you guys walk into the Valenescan side. That is where we're going to end the campaign for the night. And we will pick up
Okay.
next week on Sunday.
Yay!
I didn't die.
You did
Yeah.
not die. Amazing.
I was close again.
I made a friend. Besides Vor.
Again, we will see you guys next week on Sunday. I will be doing my DM discussion show on this Wednesday. Thank you all for hanging out. It was a pleasure. Thanks for playing, and good night.
Night. Thanks for
Bye.
watching.